We were really fortunate with this that the view is north, so that made it very easy to think about how we can invite in that northern sun and really use it. The challenge was the existing house. There's so much embodied energy in that to just knock that down and rebuild something, it's not a very sustainable way to build. It's so much better to work with it, work with what's there, and really transform how the house performs. The site itself bounds the Nattai National Park. So we have the beautiful eucalypt forest to look out onto the rolling hills, and it was, just how do we capture that? The clients themselves, they just moved to the Highlands from Bondi. We were having meetings here through winter and getting wrapped up just to walk around the site. I think it was a big change for them. So when we really talked them through like principles of passive design, angling and doing a skillion roof and that full bank of northern glazing, it really allowed them to really understand the impacts of those decisions. The winter sun actually comes about 7 meters into this space, almost hits the back wall. So it's hitting that entire slab in winter, heating it up through the day, and then that just radiates throughout the evening. They did put hydronic heating through, but the most successful thing is that they hardly need to use it. One of the hardest things with working with the existing house was making sure that this didn't dominate, that they both spoke to each other very well, that we used cues from the site itself to really inform the design. So things like the roof angle came from the house itself, and we did the same for the skillions, and then things like creating a protected entry courtyard, creating a really enjoyable experience for the clients and people that come and visit the space. It only had a small sunroom that looked to the north, and that's where we started our initial design meetings. And that became the window seat that looks out onto its own little courtyard and then beyond to the views. So it's still got a resemblance of what the existing house had. One of the really nice aspects of the house was the concrete plinth off from the fireplace, which actually acts as overflow seating for the living room. It's a bit of a side table for the dining, but actually when the window opens up, it can be seating from outside on the terrace as well. But to achieve that, we needed some really big operable sizes for the window, which then came by using the MAGNUM Sliding Door as a window instead. We have flush thresholds inside and out. So we really needed to find a system that had the ability to couple the drain together, which AWS just already had anyway with their FlowTHRU drains. Through the entire house, we upgraded all the windows and doors, so they were all double glazed. It is a major part of the house. It is a major part of the material palette. Going with AWS makes that very easy. We know it's Australian design, manufactured. We know they're going to last the test of time. The great thing for us and that AWS put together is their specifiers portal that really gives us all the details. It gives us drawings. It allows us to really get into the very finer elements. And that's really critical on a house like this. The sizes, the sections, it's all very consistent. So it's really nice to see that even across different ranges. We went with Millenium in Goulburn for the fabricator. They were fantastic to work with. It's great to lean on their knowledge for when we are pushing the boundaries a little bit. And then even on site, they were really great to work with, to really get some of the finer details correct, and to really ensure that ongoing care as well. It's the details, the things that people often miss are the things I love, that you'll go into space and you'll notice something that took a lot of time and effort to achieve, but is so simple. It's in those you can find little bits of joy. The clients love the house. I think that's the biggest thing. And they're just blown away when they come in on a winter's day and it's beautifully warm in here and the heating isn't actually on. The house is just performing.